superhero, who would you be?
Ass kicker.
Ass kicker? No, thank you. I'd be Lightning Man.
Lightning Man. Now, what would his special power be?
Lightning?
So basically, you're Thor.
Yeah. Except my hand is bigger.
Yeah. Honestly, I would stick to being the part with being the rich billionaire playboy and just skip being the superhero. I'm rich, I get the women. What more would I want in life?
Batman.
Yeah, that's true. But honestly, why would I want to risk myself for crime? Honestly, why?
Because you get Catwoman.
Maybe one.
No, she doesn't like it. She only likes it when you're rough. That was a long guy. Anyway, hey everyone. Welcome to Off the Chest Podcast. This is the long spoiler review for Kick-Ass 2. I've got the co-host Melvin.
Yay. What?
Got sliding and kicking his way to the mic. It's Anjo.
Yo,
I got beaten on the floor crying like a bitch. It's Tim.
not joining.
Fuck you. And I am your other co-host, Batman Rakesh. Yeah.
Rakesh Man?
Rakeshman. Anyway.
The man of mystery.
Yeah, the man. Oh! I've just got a giant question mark on me. The mystery man. Anyway.
I think that's like an inside joke. They don't know your full
Yeah,
name.
no, nobody will. Anyway, this is the long spoiler review. Now, we describe why we give the scores we give them, and we go into the story of it and discuss everything about the film. Now, if you want the short, spoiler-free review where we go just straight into basically the scores we give it, and not so much as to why we give it what we give it, that is, you can find that on our YouTube page underneath the Quick Reviews playlist. Now, basically, Kick-Ass 2, the sequel to Kick-Ass 1. Although, if you've seen this movie and you notice something's a little bit different about it, you're wondering, why is this one a little bit different? It's because it's a different director on this one. We have Jeff Waldo, who's taking over, and the co-producer, is Matthew Vaughn. He's the one who actually directed the first one.
What about the screenwriting?
Screenplay also by the director Jeff Waldo.
So, same guy.
Yep, same guy. Now this is supposed to take place a few years, 2 years? 2 years after the events of
Somebody
Kick-Ass?
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, 2
I
years.
think so.
The main character, his name is Dave, right? Yeah, Dave Lewitz, Lizwiski, has retired from crime fighting, but his hope of inspiring the people of New York to rise to the occasion and become superheroes of their own is now fully underfledged. So he feels he's happy to retire, live the life of a high school kid. Now, you know, your main characters have returned for this. So, as I just said, you've got Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's the main character. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who's playing the supervillain this time as the motherfucker. Broken name.
It was Red Mist. He was,
Yeah, Red Mist was his superhero name.
When he was.
But now he's a villain, so he's a motherfucker. Daughters, lock up your mothers. He's coming. And we have returning Chloe Grace Moretz.
Moretz, yeah, great actress.
Yeah, well, she's a young and up and coming, and I'm going to get into a bit of her character, a bit more into that thing in a little bit, and all good. And we have Jim Carrey, big actor.
Yeah, I didn't notice him at all. You know, I didn't know it was him.
Yeah,
oh really?
I did.
Like
no, when I saw the.
Is there a dog on your balls?
No, when I saw the trailers, like I never actually saw the trailers. Like I just looked at the screen and I didn't look.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Jim Carrey.
Honestly, all these trailers, I was just like, I didn't really want to see any trailer because, like,
I never watched trailers.
yeah, because when I saw the very first Kick-Ass 1, I saw it after it was released on DVD. That's when I first saw it because I was like, I don't want to see it, and it actually turned out to be a pretty, just a fun film. It nothing great about it for me. Very corny, but that was the aspect that it was trying to play itself too. It was trying to be corny and ironic in a way. Whereas this film feels like it's kind of struggling between what it's trying to be. But anyway, let me get on with the main story. So Dave is now retired, and he's asking Mindy, who's playing Chloe, who's played by Chloe, to get him back in the game, and get him so he can finally become the big hero again and inspire like he just did before, and he's now also going to join a team led by Colonel Stars and Stripes, who's played by Jim Carrey. And the story is the motherfucker
wants to wreck his life.
Yep,
because he killed
who
his
wants
dad.
to wreck his life.
He killed his dad.
Yeah, he killed his father. Kind of like a Peter Parker, Harry Osborn kind of situation going on right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Come on.
I was thinking, I had to think.
Yeah, come on. Even the biggest Spidey fans here. I don't know about
Steven.
Melvin. Are you a Spidey fan?
It's David.
Okay.
We're missing the bigger one, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, also quickly returning for a quick kind of, I'd say a cameo is Lindsay Fonseca, who played his girlfriend in the previous film.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
she's very hot.
Okay.
Oh, no,
No, I thought like how it just ended just like that.
yeah.
It was like what? Okay.
No, I was okay. I was okay with that.
I wasn't really expecting her to kind of be so quick in this film. Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah, it's
expecting
just like
her to
those-
be around longer.
Just those two scenes.
Yeah.
The one in the cafeteria and the breakup.
And then, and the one in the locker room. So, yeah, that's basically the main story to it. There's the character of the person who takes over for playing Mindy's father.
Yeah.
That character, Chris Domingo. Domingo.
I don't think so.
That's
No?
no,
Okay.
that's
that's
the motherfucker.
No, that's not the
Eh,
motherfucker.
Chris- No, no.
Chris Domingo is what is it called? Black something. Black Fury.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the supervillains that gets hired.
Okay.
He's a kickboxer.
The actor who played the father in this one.
You want me to find out who he is?
No. Don't find out who he is.
Wait.
I think he was a very good actor. Honestly, I thought he was very good. I thought his character was very good. He's probably one of my favorite characters in this. And you also get a cool few side characters. Oh, okay, yeah, so... Yeah, sorry. Chris Domingo is the motherfucker.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, okay.
Aye.
I'm sorry. The entire film, he's called the motherfucker. So, but there's quite a few cool appearances for side characters that come into this, including Donald Faison, who was played Turk in Scrubs,
Yeah.
and he's a superhero in this.
You guys, Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut. I'm sorry, Morris Chestnut, if you're listening to
It's
this.
such a funny name.
But I think you rock, bro. Bro. I think you're cool. Anyway, so... Andrew, as our lover of all things that are a comic book and pew pew, what do you think of this movie?
Well, it was. Well, there's lots of moments of laughter, I guess. Of what you can say the whole movie when you watch through it, you laugh quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
That's it?
Yeah, I like the action. I do, was as always. But the main thing which came out was like I just remember laughing, but I don't remember the jokes.
Well, I don't think Andrew understands. These are the long spoiler reviews. Come on, get a little bit into it, bro.
Well, we'll go for Melvin. And I'll,
Okay,
and then we'll
alright.
come back.
You can be the side commentary for me.
Yeah, man. There we go.
So, the positives aspects, Melvin?
You want to start with positives?
Yeah, let's start with the positives.
But I started with negatives.
Oh.
Whatever.
Okay. Well,
I'll go negative then.
okay, let's go into the negative again.
Okay, the negatives. It's a really big cast.
Yeah.
And you do expect them to stick to the main two heroes, which is Hit Girl and Kick Ass.
Yeah.
And obviously your villain gets time to develop his villainy.
Yeah.
But
There is villainy afoot.
I felt like they kind of misadvertised Jim Carrey.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I felt like a lot of the reasons that I wanted to see this movie in cinemas
Jim
was
Carrey.
because of Jim
Yeah.
Carrey.
Okay.
And Colonel Stars and Stripes was barely in this thing.
Look, as an actor, it's a great job to morph himself. And even to, when he knows that he's not a main character, to still be a part of the film
Yeah.
and still not overact and not try and steal
Yeah.
scenes. I think that's a great show of how great an actor he is. But I would have liked to see more of him just personally. That's
Personally, okay.
that's more of a tidbit than an actual false thing. Like,
Personally, I would have liked to have seen him get nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but that's not going to happen because he was barely in this thing.
No, but you have like a really big class with Clark Duke.
Yeah.
He plays the classic
Yeah.
fat friend.
Yeah, he was in the first one. He's also a really good actor as well.
You have another side character with Amy Ansel. It was kind of like
Too many.
it was too many. Imagine Avengers, but they pretty much just
Have
focus
every
on
of them? Like more.
Every single
Yeah.
Avenger.
Okay.
pretty much they just focus on Hawkeye and Scarlett Johansson. Imagine that, and everyone else is just in the back.
Well, Scarlett Johansson, I don't
Well,
mind.
yeah.
Focused on.
You see what I mean? It's
Yeah,
they tried to make a mashup film,
yeah.
but they kind of just they stuck to the main formula.
Yeah.
They didn't really go.
It did seem like this entire movie was trying to build up to try and do an Avenger / Justice League type of situation. But ultimately, it kind of feels like it fails. The movie tries to take itself serious at some points, but then also tries to be really comedic at other points, and tries to be ironic to the whole situation of it being a comic book movie, and trying to envelop those emotions that you feel in a comic book movie. However, like I said, it takes awkward strides where it becomes super serious and super violent and touches on quite sensitive matters.
Yeah, actually, one thing I really didn't like. What was his name? Chris what?
Chris Domenico,
Chris Domingo's character. Okay,
the motherfucker.
the motherfucker. He's meant to be a kind of a comic villain in a
Yeah,
sense. That
yeah.
is it. And even though he does some really petty crime, it's still considered the main villain.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where he starts committing murder, but you're like, okay, it's an action film. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then he tries to commit rape, and at that point, the comedy is lost.
Yeah, the comedy is lost, and like they try and insert a joke into this rape scene.
Yeah, where he cannot get an erection, and it's just even then like. I'll admit it was a slight amount of funniness there, but it didn't bring a smile to my face. I was just like, this is wrong.
Like Melvin and I, we could understand the humor to that point,
Yeah.
but it's not our kind of humor. I don't.
It's for different
And
people.
and also there's a point when so the whole thing is the motherfucker, he's not strong enough to take down Kick-Ass, so he's developing his own Legion of Evil. Meanwhile, in the Legion of Evil, he's building his evil team, Mother Russia.
You can't have mother.
Yeah. And so his evil team is trying to get the police to back off or something, and they go on this massive killing spree. Meanwhile, the motherfucker's upstairs trying to rape one of the heroes who's close to Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
But like they're taking down all this police and everything, and it's like this is involving serious murder. And at which point, when you have the death of a single cop, you bring the fucking everyone in. You bring the FBI in. You bring and a whole bunch of stuff. And when
Kill
you
10 cops.
you don't. That's where you feel out of the film, because if this movie, it's trying to be comic bookish. It's trying to be. It's trying to be comic bookish. It's trying to be serious. But when you have scenes where lots of cops are dying and everything,
Just-
and it's a very serious scene with murder and all this shit, and then like the consequences that come after it, where the police are hunting down every single superhero and stuff, you kind of feel like, well, if you're gonna do that, don't you think there should be more cops? The FBI, the National Guard, all this shit should be happening, and it all leads to this ending, which is the fight between the good guys and the bad guys.
And no cops.
Yeah, and you're in New York.
There's bound to be someone nearby.
There's bound to be,
Yeah.
in a state of over 12 million people, there's bound to be more people to show up. Sorry, that's a fact.
You think one of the good guys or one of the bad guys would have called the cops?
Yeah,
Just one of them.
Yeah.
Would have
Or,
chickened out.
or if a citizen would see something, Like,
Yeah.
Come on, there's gotta be at least one good citizen.
yeah. I mean, and the whole thing is about the end message of this movie is about becoming a hero as a normal citizen. I mean, you get that last scene where Donald Faison, who's a hero, he's basically doing a heroic thing during the day.
As a civilian.
Yeah, as a civilian.
No,
and,
yeah.
and at no point do any of these heroes whatsoever feel the need to call the police. No, that's
No.
wrong.
No,
Yeah.
fiction shit. What they're saying.
Another kind of a negative I got going on is the story going on with Hit Girl, with her trying to acclimate to high school
No, you
life.
can't be a normal girl.
Yeah,
No.
it's-
I actually like the fact that they take her father's death into account.
Yeah, they take that into account, but what I don't like is the Mean Girls movie
well-
that just came into this.
Yeah, it was an added sense of comedy, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't have when they did it.
There wasn't really a point to it.
Yeah.
There
was no
If you
point.
look at the
It
scope
was,
of the
it was
whole
comedy.
movie,
It was comedy.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it. It was there just
Yeah.
for more comedy.
It felt like a C story.
That
I mean-
and she was a little OP to bring in early in.
No.
Mm.
That's a good way to keep an OP character. That means overpowered
Yeah,
character out of the equation.
Yeah.
Let's just put her somewhere else.
Yeah.
yeah, it's but like that felt like a C story to me, where they have Hit Girl trying to do the whole Mean Girls thing, and fit in with the popular kids, and oh my god, am I gonna get invited to cheerleaders? There is a funny part where they're spoofing One Direction.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah, no.
and all of a sudden she doesn't realize why, but she's evoked with pheromones and all these like girly feelings, and she has no idea what's happening.
That was hilarious.
It's like as soon as she sees a six pack, she's like, oh, oh.
Well, not like that, but.
In her mind, it was like that.
Now, back to negatives. I believe, Rakesh, you had a problem with the fact that Chloe Moretz
Yeah,
and the main kick-ass
yeah.
end with some sexual tension and a kiss.
Yeah, there's like I understand in the context of the film that he's a high school like senior now, and he's 17 and she's 15.
Grade 9.
But still, you look at the actor and you look at the actress, and she looks like a baby. I'm sorry, she seems like a really good actress, and I see a lot of potential for her future career to come. She can do definitely a lot of great things, and she's definitely proven. She's like, I don't take shit from no one.
It
And
was pretty much a 15-year-old making out with a 23, 24-year-old guy.
But
Yeah.
really, it was a small case.
but still, like the entire film, you're like, this is building up to something. This
Yeah.
is building up to something. And
Yeah, because he takes off his shirt.
Yeah.
yeah, he takes off his shirt, and you know
She's like, "Whoa."
the One Direction pheromones are coming over her.
Yeah.
Gotta get a six-pack.
I didn't really see any of the trailers for this, but each scene when it played out, Melvin and I, we saw everything that was coming
Yeah.
on each scene, and each like major plot point that was gonna happen happened.
Yeah, I call it the father's death.
Yeah, I called that the villain was gonna live. Everyone laughed at me, but what happened post credits, fellas?
Yeah,
The
come on.
villain lived.
I called the pull shot.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
well, I called it no matter what, he's still going to survive, even though he got eaten by sharks.
I'm actually really disappointed with that, to be honest.
Well,
What I would have preferred was if the villain died here, and then you know how he hangs up his costume again.
Yeah.
I would have preferred a new villain, someone a little greater, someone a little more serious, to re-evoke that passion in him.
Oh, yeah.
Not the same
yeah.
dickhead.
Yeah, not the same.
Decapitated
like,
dickhead, sorry.
yeah. Not the same asshole now, has no legs and no arms.
No.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
No,
That.
no penis.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember?
Didn't work anyway.
I lose my leg and I can't get water.
Doesn't work anyway, man. Doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie was a lot of.
But it was enjoyable at times as well.
Yeah.
It was
For you?
kind of enjoyable.
Kind of enjoyable.
Not as enjoyable as number one.
Oh yeah,
Overall,
but there's more action in this one
Yeah.
than the first
Yeah.
one. The first one is like
no, overall as a film, the first one's better.
Yeah. Better story arc.
But
everything.
in terms of the fact that I see this as an action comedy, and I laughed like crazy, and the
Yeah.
action was pretty
decent.
decent. I'll say
I
it wasn't great. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, it's still funny how his ass is still getting whooped and he still has to be saved by the little girl.
Yeah, by Hit Girl.
Still.
There was a part where, the kick-ass, his father dies in prison, and they're at the funeral, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
They all
you know,
grab-
you see all these smoke bombs being thrown, and you know, the villains taking out guns, shooting up people, and take kick-ass hostage. And I really loved the part when Hit Girl came in.
Same.
She was on top of the van. She was taking out all those motherfuckers, and I was like, "Fuck yeah! This is the part I like." I preferred that aspect to that character rather than the Mean Girls movie that we got. Side story. I understand it's for comedy purposes. Just it didn't flop as well. And also the part where Kick-Ass and the fat friend, how they have another friend and how he accidentally blurts out what the
Yeah.
real character's father is,
Which leads to the father's death.
which leads to the father's death. To
But
which
they'll never know.
and in which at no point do you see the
No remorse.
friends.
No
Yeah,
remorse.
The
yeah,
repercussion even.
yeah, no repercussion even. Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
he's that dumb. He doesn't realize.
And when the fight starts, when he's on the evil side, he just switches to good like that.
Yeah, he does. He switches to the good side, and he doesn't even realize why. He's like, "Oh, look, there are my friends, but I thought they were bad guys now." Wait, what? Exactly. Viewers, I'm in the same boat as you guys. It's like, wait, what? What did he just say?
It was a really dumb scene. What I did like though was the build up of Mother Russia's character in terms of strength, compared just to make her comparable to Hit Girl.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they showed how much of a threat she was. That there was someone on the team that
She's
was
worth all the
Hit
money.
Girl's level. Hit Girl's level. Besides, and Black Death was nothing, and Genghis Carnage.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Stop with his racist stereotypes.
Yeah.
I forget the small Italian guy was named something.
I can't remember. But this movie ends with them disbanding their Justice
we're here.
League Avengers thing, and I didn't fully get why Hit Girl left. I mean, there was
Because
no-
don't you remember they said she was using the gun of Marcus, her stepdad, and they know
Oh.
that she used it, so she's convicted for murder, so she can't put that kind of blame on him, so she ran away.
Yeah.
Oh, really? To be honest, I kind of tuned out to the
And
quotation story that was happening here. It was just like
it's because they kissed. That's when it happened. That's what she said.
Oh.
All the stuff.
I think I was really mortified by the fact that they kissed
That's why.
and that they'd let like a young actress and actor do that. And there's a friend of ours out there who,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't want to say his name.
No, we're gonna say it.
But he's a 21-year-old man.
Yeah,
And he thinks that the 15-year-old girl is hot.
yeah,
So we pretty much beat the shit out of him for being a
yeah,
player.
yeah. We totally did. Now, if this actress is older than 15, comment below. Let us know.
Nah,
We can find
And
ourselves.
we will have our
she's around 15, but she did a great job in this film, I
Yeah.
believe. And I've seen her work before in Hugo, and she does a great job in that.
Yeah.
Then again, anyone in Martin Scorsese does a great
And
job.
kick-ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, between a Scorsese film and this, I'm gonna pick the Scorsese movie every time. I'm sorry, Ancho. I know I love my comic book movies as well, but Scorsese.
How'd you guys feel about the story overall?
Overall,
The story.
it was very typical. The bad guy comes to do destruction because they give him a reason. It doesn't have to be anything, but they gave him
Yeah.
any reason.
Yeah.
They gave him a very Spider-Man 3
Yeah.
storyline.
And and they just battle it out. The story could be good dance, like the good guy wants to be a hero, so they need to give him a bad guy. So this becomes one,
A reason to get him back in the game. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like the whole purpose to it, and also
and they fight, and good guy wins, bad guy never does.
Okay, and how do you guys feel about the fact that Kick-Ass went through 3 girlfriends in this one film?
Did he?
yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Honestly, I want more Lindsay Fonseca.
That bitch, right?
The
bitch.
the daughter from
Oh.
the daughter from How I Met Your Mother, who was in the first one.
Okay.
I wanted more of her in that film.
Yeah.
In this film, because it's like her character as well kind of comes to this understanding of who this guy
And
is.
number one.
And yeah, in
And
number
then,
one.
and then number
And-
two, like what?
and understand what he's about, what he does, what his newfound passion in this world is, and why he does what he does. And to have her just go, I'm cheating on you. And
Because
yeah.
you're cheating on me with
Even
a little girl.
superheroes get cheated on.
Yeah, and like, and for her to say like, you're cheating on me with this 15-year-old girl, like, you would expect something better for like two
For
people
a
who have
hero.
been
Yeah.
dating for a long time. I mean, 2 years I think it was between the actions of Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2.
But he quit. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still, you should
Like,
understand what he
honestly-
was.
Not to mention, you never saw them talk. They didn't it was like they never talked
They
at all.
never talked once.
It was so weird.
Except for that
Like-
one scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a point when she's looking for him in the cafeteria and she doesn't see him, and
She's like, "Where the hell is
we
he?"
we live in the technological future. I'm just saying, phones exist for a reason.
Well, they did use MySpace and Kick-Ass.
Didn't they use Facebook?
No.
Yeah, these
Oh my
MySpace.
god,
They
they
used
used
MySpace,
that movie came
yeah.
out in 2010. Facebook was a big thing then.
No, but they use MySpace.
Oh my god. Oh my!
And even now they call it the forum that they use. The forum.
That was actually a Facebook just a page.
Was it?
Yeah, I
didn't
saw
see
that, and then they were also using Twitter.
Twitter.
Which,
Oh yeah, gotta tweet this.
Yeah, gotta
That's
tweet
right.
this.
Everyone's following what we're going to tweet.
Yeah.
He's got 1,000 followers. Damn.
He blocked his IP, and even though like all the police and the FBI are in on this, he's blocking his IP. But like, forget the U.S. government having the ability to still find anything out. No, that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little angry by this, and the more we talk about it, the more angry I'm gonna get. Your side characters, how'd you guys feel about them?
Which ones?
All of them.
All of them.
You can get good and bad. You can
Yeah,
get
Yeah.
exactly.
You wish to see more of that of Jim Carrey, but you don't.
What about the other good guys? What about the black guy, the family, that lost their son, the fat American Captain America?
Well, third, it was a good bonding mode when he wanted to team up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the introduction to how they want to start up as a team.
He never got a JD in this though.
Yeah.
Melvin, what about you?
Yeah, look, you had... Okay, if I'll go with the villains first. I did enjoy Black Death, the Genghis Carnage, and the Tumor.
You actually remember it.
They were cool. I looked it up.
Okay.
They were cool, and, you have a good... the villain cast, the main villain cast, was really well set up, I believe.
Mhm.
They show how he approaches each one and how they're all individualistic.
Yeah.
With the good guys, they all have this introduction scene where they talk about their backstories and stuff. So it's a really quick introduction, but I think it's well done.
Mm.
When his fat Captain America friend is just-
Battle guy.
yeah, I felt like someone really should have just mentioned it. First, he copies Batman's story,
Yeah.
and then
Like,
he's
no
dressed
one-
up. He's dressed up as Captain America. It's like, come on, dude, say
And
something.
they even mentioned Batman in
Yes,
this.
it's like someone just mentioned the star and the shield. Come on.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you know what? It's time for us. Oh,
Yeah. But no, Night Bitch was just only introduced to give a driving force for Kick-Ass to fight more, because she was beaten.
She was a squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen her topless too. But
But she was
Yeah.
just I think that's her main reason to just be in the movie, just to give a driving force.
they didn't really feel like characters as they feel like external shells.
But the couple, who lost their son.
Yeah.
What was the point?
Hey, we're a couple. We lost our son, so we decided to become superheroes.
Yeah, but that's
like,
it. And then
honestly,
what else you seen?
I do feel bad for
And
like
the gay
that
guy.
part,
Insect Man.
but anyway, yeah,
No point.
it's time for us to Mr. Miyagi off everything we've just said and get onto our reviews. Now, you guys know how we do it. We do it from 0 being the worst to 10 being the best. Anjo, what you give this?
You combine all the comedy, action, and the whole storyline. I guess some things outweigh more than others. I'd say 7.
7?
Yeah.
Seven.
Rakesh?
No, you go ahead.
Nah, I said your name first.
But I'm the host. I'm supposed to moderate. Okay. Overall, this film was kind of lacking that extra oomph, and I kind of regretted not seeing the first one in cinemas, but I was happy to see it in DVD, Blu-ray at my own house, and I was happy for that. And I kind of I was cool with that. This one, just rent it. Honestly, you'll catch this on iTunes. Just buy it on the renting system. It's not going to cost that much to rent. It's not worth rewatching, honestly. A lot of recycled stuff. I'm going to give this a 5.5 out of 10.
I haven't heard of 5 in ages.
Yeah.
I know.
Damn.
Should get real.
Shit got... I went real Bad Boys 2 there and go, shit just got real.
Honestly, I actually understand where you're coming from entirely. I feel just the slightest bit better than you about this film. I'm giving it a 5.9.
Okay.
I refuse to give it a 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was... On the fact that... Okay, storyline, I don't give a fuck. The comedy was good. And it was gold, and I laughed hard up until the rape point.
Well,
Yeah.
I would have probably given this film something around the 8 on entertainment scale.
Yeah.
I would have given it an 8 just for entertainment, but then they got rape, and they got their seriousness and their comedy mixed up, and it just got crapper and crapper and crapper. So it's gone down to a 5.9 for me.
From 8.
But if you're not that aggressively against rape in comedy films, then I believe you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Overall, I wouldn't view this as a story film or as an action film. To me, this is a pure and simple comedy.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, and overall, it's decent fun to watch if you have time.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out there. If you want a movie that has your comic book action to it and, your comedy, rent Avengers. It's a much better movie. I'm going to say that. It's a much better movie. And on that note, youtube.com/Off the Chest Podcast, where you can find a whole bunch of our podcasts where we discuss general topics, where we go into movie reviews, we go into game reviews, we even have video game playthroughs. Check out our Facebook page. YouTube. No, not YouTube. Facebook.com/Off the Chest Podcast. And also our blog channel where, we'll have some things happening up soon.
Starting
hopefully.
up.
Yeah. We're very young at what we're doing. We're still trying to negotiate all our timing and everything. But that's offthechestpodcast.blogspot.com.au. I believe that is it. Anyway, good day.
Arrivederci.